The 2026 Blueprint. Selling AI podcast translation to high-ticket clients. Learn how to scale a highly profitable AI podcast translation service in 2026. Turn local audio into global assets with advanced voice cloning and expert QA. The day my client sounded like a depressed microwave. Let me tell you a slightly embarrassing story. Back in late 2023, I landed my first big client for podcast translation. He was a motivational speaker from Texas with a booming, energetic voice. He wanted to reach the Spanish-speaking market. I confidently ran his audio through an early AI tool, barely checked it, and sent it over. We got on a Zoom call to review it. He hit play. Instead of a fiery Texan motivating the masses, the Spanish audio sounded exactly like a depressed microwave placing an order at a drive-thru. It was flat, lifeless, and vaguely robotic. He didn't fire me, but the silence on that Zoom call aged me about 10 years. Fast forward to April 2026. The tech has exploded. Advanced AI voice cloning doesn't just copy the pitch of your voice, it copies your soul. It catches the breathless laughs, the dramatic pauses, and the sudden volume spikes. But here's the secret most people miss. Having access to great AI tools does not make you a great agency. Selling AI podcast translation to high-ticket clients is like selling fine dining. You aren't charging for the raw ingredients, the software. You are charging for the chef's expertise, the flawless presentation, and the fact that the customer doesn't have to cook. If you want to scale a localization service this year and land clients who happily pay $5,000 to $15,000 a month, you need a highly specific blueprint. Let's break it down. Why high-ticket clients actually care about global localization. High-ticket clients operate on a different wavelength. When you pitch a standard podcaster, they ask, "How much does this cost?" When you pitch a high-ticket business owner, they ask, "How much time will this take me, and what is the upside?" Think of it like buying seats at a baseball game. The cheap seats care about the ticket price. The luxury boxes care about the catering, the view, and who they are sitting next to. The ego versus ROI equation. You have two main angles when selling global podcast localization. One, the ROI play. A top-tier business podcast in the US might have 50,000 listeners. But if you translate that seamlessly into Spanish, German, and Portuguese, you suddenly open the door to hundreds of millions of new potential listeners. For a B2B consultant selling a $20,000 mastermind, just one converted listener in Madrid pays for an entire year of your localization service. 2. The ego play. Never underestimate the power of a host wanting to hear themselves speak fluent Japanese. It is an incredible flex. High-ticket clients love showing off to their peers. Being a global sensation sounds fantastic on a speaking reel. When you understand that you are selling market expansion and prestige, not just translated MP3 files, your pricing instantly shifts from $200 an episode to $2,000 a month. The 2026 Tech Stack. Voice cloning that doesn't suck. Let's get mildly technical for a second. To do this right, you can't just slap a raw audio file into a basic web app and call it a day. The 2026 standard requires a multi-step tech stack. Stack. You need a transcription engine that perfectly captures the original text. Then you need a massive large language model, LLM, designed specifically to translate context, not just words. If your client says hit it out of the park, the AI better not translate that to physically striking a baseball in German. It needs to translate the idiom to a local equivalent. Finally, you need the voice cloning engine. Modern engines require just a 3-minute clean sample to build a flawless voice model. The magic of emotional resonance. The biggest breakthrough recently is emotional resonance mapping. This means the AI looks at the transcript, sees an exclamation point, analyzes the waveform of the original speaker shouting, and applies that exact same energy to the translated voice. It is basically a digital acting coach. But even with this magic, the AI is a bit like a golden retriever. It is eager to please, incredibly smart, but if you don't watch it closely, it will occasionally eat garbage. That is why you need a strict packaging and quality assurance process. Packaging your service, sell outcomes, not software. If you itemize your invoices by minutes of AI rendering, you will lose. You must package your service as a hands-off, white-glove experience. The client uploads an English podcast on Monday. On Friday, they magically receive 3 perfectly cloned, translated, and mixed episodes in new languages, complete with translated show notes and social media clips. Here is how you structure your pricing to capture maximum value. The good, better, best pricing table. The pricing structure follows a simple good, better, best model, designed to match different levels of clients and maximize value. The first tier is called the Local Bronze. This package includes 4 podcast episodes per month translated into one language, along with basic AI quality assurance and translated show notes. It is best suited for emerging creators who are just testing a new market. The estimated monthly price for this tier ranges between $1,500 and $2,500. The second tier is the Continental Silver. This includes 4 episodes per month translated into 3 different languages. It also adds human-in-the-loop quality assurance and short-form video clips with lip-sync translation. This package is designed for established B2P podcasts and 6-figure business owners. Pricing typically falls between $4,000 and $6,000 per month. The highest tier is the Global Gold. This premium package offers 8 episodes per month, translated into 5 or more languages. It includes full human linguistic review, custom localized YouTube thumbnails, and a dedicated account manager. This tier is built for 7-figure brands, large influencers, and enterprise-level networks, with pricing starting at $10,000 per month and going higher depending on scope. Did you notice the jump in the gold tier? That is because enterprise clients actually get suspicious if your service is too cheap. If an 8-figure CO sees a price tag of $500, they assume it's garbage. Price your high-end tiers to reflect the massive value you are bringing to the table. Pro tip: always offer the gold tier first during a pitch. It anchors the price high. When they eventually step down to the silver tier, $5,000 suddenly feels like an absolute bargain. The pitch, getting big spenders to say yes. Cold pitching high-ticket clients is terrifying at first. Your palms sweat. You reread the email 40 times, and you wonder if they will laugh at you. The secret to landing these deals is the show, don't tell method. High-ticket clients get hundreds of emails a day from people promising them the moon. You are going to cut through the noise by actually doing the work up front. Take a 3-minute clip from their most recent podcast. Run it through your translation stack. Into a target language, Spanish is usually a safe bet for US creators. Mix the audio beautifully. Add some clean subtitles if it's a video. Then, send them a short, punchy email. Hey, I love the podcast. The recent episode on was brilliant. I noticed you aren't tapping into the Latin American market yet. I took the liberty of cloning your voice and translating a clip into perfect Spanish. Listen to yourself speak fluent Spanish here. If you want to open up your show to 400 million new listeners without recording a single extra minute of audio, let's chat. It works like absolute magic. They click the link out of pure curiosity, and once they hear their own voice perfectly speaking a foreign language, they are hooked. Handling the kantai? Just use an app. Objection eventually, a smart prospect will ask. Hey, I read about these AI tools. Can't my assistant just do this for $30 a month? This is where you smile and use an analogy. Absolutely, you say. You can also buy a set of clippers for $30 and have your assistant cut your hair. But you don't do that because the results would be disastrous. We don't just push a button. We handle idiomatic translation, emotional pacing, cultural nuances, audio mixing, and human quality assurance. We ensure you don't accidentally insult an entire country because the AI translated a joke literally. Boom. Objection crushed. Scaling your AI translation agency. Getting one client is a hustle. Getting 10 clients requires a machine. If you try to do all the AI processing, editing, and checking yourself, you will burn out in 3 weeks. You will be sitting in your pajamas at 3 a.m. trying to figure out if a French translation sounds sarcastic or just French. Spoiler, it always sounds a little sarcastic. To scale, you need to build a system where you are the conductor, not the person playing every instrument. The human-in-the-loop QA system. This is the most critical part of a 2026 agency. AI is incredible, but it lacks street smarts. It doesn't understand cultural taboos. You must hire freelance native speakers, linguists to act as your quality assurance team. You can find brilliant freelancers all over the world. Here is the workflow. 1. Ingest. Client drops the English audio into a shared folder. 2. Process. Your virtual assistant runs the audio through the AI stack too. Generate the raw foreign language tracks. 3. Review. The native-speaking freelancer listens to the AI audio while reading the English transcript. They flag weird pauses, unnatural phrases, or robotic glitches. 4. Refine. You or your audio editor fix the flag spots, regenerating specific sentences in the AI tool. 5. Deliver. The polished, flawless file goes to the client. By paying a human to check the robot's work, you create a moat around your business. Cheap competitors will just send the raw A files and eventually lose their clients when the AI makes an embarrassing mistake. You will retain your high-ticket clients for years because they trust your quality. Selling AI podcast localization is one of the most fun, highly leveraged businesses you can build right now. You get to play with cutting-edge tech, talk to fascinating creators, and actually deliver massive, measurable value. Just remember, polish the audio, charge for the outcome, and always make sure the AI doesn't sound like a sad kitchen appliance. The tools behind the magic? Now, you might be wondering, what tools actually make this possible? Right now, the best setups combine 3 things: a transcription engine, a context-aware translation model, and a voice cloning tool that captures emotion, not just sound. Tools like 11 Labs, DeepGram, and advanced LLM pipelines are leading this space. But here's the truth. The tool isn't the advantage. Everyone has access to the same software. The advantage is in how you combine them, refine the output, and package it into a premium service. Frequently asked questions. How accurate is AI voice cloning for podcasts right now? It is incredibly accurate. As of 2026, top-tier models perfectly replicate pacing, breathing, and emotional inflection. However, the translation script itself still needs a human eye to ensure jokes and local slang land correctly in the target language. Do I need to be bilingual to start a podcast translation agency? Not at all. I only speak English and a little bit of high school French that I strictly use to order pastries. You manage the systems and client relationships. You hire native-speaking freelancers to handle the quality assurance and cultural checks. What happens if multiple people are speaking on the podcast? Modern AI tools handle speaker diarization effortlessly. This is a fancy way of saying the software knows who is talking. It separates the host and the guest, clones both voices individually, and translates their back and forth conversation without overlapping or confusing the voices. How long does it take to process a 1-hour episode? With a good workflow, the AI processing takes minutes. The human quality assurance and final audio mixing usually take a few hours. We typically promise clients a 48 to 2-hour turnaround time to ensure the quality is flawless without putting our QA team under crazy stress. What next? Your task. Stop charging peanuts for your freelance work and start landing high-ticket clients. The global localization wave is happening right now, and early movers are claiming the best clients. Click below to download my free 2026 Translation Agency Tech Stack Guide, where I reveal the exact software tools and cold email templates I use to close $5,000 per month retainers. Let's get your agency off the ground today. And subscribe to receive the next video on how to clone your voice with AI. Step-by-step 2026 guide. Like this video if you want us to bring you the guide quickly.